The true character of a person often becomes most visible in the smallest of moments, when they are confronted with challenges, choices, or obstacles that push them beyond their usual comfort zones. It's in these instances, when the stakes are high, or when pressure builds, that an individual's core qualities shine through. To understand a person deeply, one must look closely at these moments, but also take into account the consistent threads of behavior and belief that run through their lives. Here are 5 key aspects that offer profound insight into someone's true character. The first of these aspects is the degree to which a person takes responsibility for their actions and decisions. Responsibility is a cornerstone of maturity, and it is often the case that those who exhibit strength of character are not quick to deflect blame or make excuses. Instead, they own their mistakes, learn from them, and take the necessary steps to improve. This means acknowledging when things go wrong, but more importantly, it means understanding the role one plays in shaping their own life. Individuals who demonstrate this level of responsibility are rarely passive observers of their own fate. They actively engage in shaping their own story, even when circumstances are difficult. What's striking about such individuals is their ability to articulate and confront their flaws without being consumed by them. They do not shy away from their imperfections, but neither do they wallow in self-pity. They seek to understand the underlying causes of their failures, using those insights as fuel for growth. This is a reflection of a profound sense of agency, a belief that even in the most challenging moments, one has the power to change and improve. When you witness someone who refuses to surrender to external forces, you are seeing the quiet, unshakable foundation of their character. The second key aspect of a person's character is the degree to which they value truth. This may sound obvious, but the pursuit of truth is not always as straightforward as it seems. It requires courage to face uncomfortable realities and challenge one's own assumptions, especially when doing so may threaten one's sense of identity or beliefs. Those who value truth are not swayed by convenience or the desire for approval. They seek it out regardless of how difficult the path may be. This pursuit is not about winning arguments or impressing others, but about engaging with the world as it truly is, with all its complexity and nuance. A person who is committed to truth will not bend to social pressures or the easy answers that society often provides. Instead, they will ask tough questions, push boundaries, and be willing to change their mind when confronted with evidence that challenges their previous thinking. This willingness to engage with truth, however painful, speaks volumes about a person's character. It shows a commitment to intellectual integrity, a rejection of deception, and a desire to improve both themselves and the world around them. Truth for these individuals is not a weapon to be wielded in the service of ego, but a tool for growth and understanding. The third thing to observe in a person is their relationship to chaos and order. Life is filled with uncertainty, unpredictability, and complexity. These aspects of life are often seen as overwhelming or threatening, but individuals of strong character do not shy away from them. Instead, they confront chaos with the same resolve and clarity that they bring to the more stable aspects of life. They understand that chaos is an inevitable part of existence, and rather than running from it, they seek ways to navigate it effectively. At the same time, they also understand the importance of order, structure, discipline, and consistency that provides the foundation for meaningful action. The balance between chaos and order is not a simple one. It requires constant adjustment and recalibration, as one must always be ready to face new challenges while remaining grounded in core principles. The person who navigates this balance with grace does not retreat into rigid dogma or become paralyzed by uncertainty. Instead, they accept the unpredictability of life while remaining committed to the values that anchor them. Such individuals understand that chaos is not something to be feared, but something to be tamed. Through this careful balance, they create a life of meaning, not just for themselves, but for those around them as well. The fourth quality that reveals a person's true character is their empathy and understanding of others. This is not a passive or superficial empathy, but an active, deep engagement with the experiences of others. Empathy is not about feeling sorry for someone or merely offering comfort. It's about seeing the world from another person's perspective, understanding their struggles, and responding in a way that respects their humanity. True empathy involves listening, really listening not just to what others say, but to what they mean, to the emotions and motivations that drive them. Such individuals are not quick to judge or dismiss others, but instead take the time to understand the complexities of each situation. They recognize that every person is fighting battles that are invisible to the outside world, and they treat others with a sense of dignity and respect that acknowledges this. This kind of empathy is not about indulging or enabling poor behavior, but about offering support and guidance that helps others grow and find their own way forward. It's a rare and powerful quality, one that builds trust and fosters genuine connections between people. Finally, the fifth thing that reveals someone's true character is the degree to which they strive for personal excellence. This is not about perfection, but about a constant commitment to growth and improvement. Excellence in this sense is not a destination, but a process, a lifelong journey of becoming the best version of oneself. Individuals who value personal excellence do not seek external validation or accolades. Instead, they measure their success by their own standards. They understand that improvement is incremental, and that even small steps toward growth are worthy of recognition. Such individuals do not rest on their laurels or become complacent. They are always looking for ways to challenge themselves, to refine their skills, and to expand their knowledge. This pursuit of excellence is not about comparing oneself to others, but about pushing one's own limits and striving for a deeper understanding of what it means to live well. Their commitment to personal growth not only enriches their own lives, but also serves as an example to others, inspiring those around them to strive for their own best selves. In observing these 5 qualities: responsibility, truth-seeking, balance between chaos and order, empathy, and the pursuit of personal excellence, it becomes clear that a person's true character is not defined by grand gestures or dramatic moments. It is shaped by the quiet, everyday choices they make, the way they engage with the world, and the standards they set for themselves. These qualities are not easy to cultivate, nor are they always rewarded in the short term. But they are enduring, and in the end they define the character of the individual who embodies them. It's easy to focus on the external aspects of a person's life, their successes, their appearance, their social standing, but these are often distractions from what truly matters. The qualities that shape a person's character are not always visible at first glance. They are revealed over time through actions and choices, through the way a person responds to life's challenges and opportunities. And while it may take years to truly understand someone's character, these 5 aspects offer a powerful window into their true nature. True character is revealed through the willingness to take ownership of one's actions, mistakes, and decisions. Individuals who embrace personal responsibility show resilience and a commitment to growth, never blaming external factors or others for their circumstances. This internal accountability is foundational to creating a meaningful and authentic life. A person's character is defined by their commitment to seeking truth, regardless of the discomfort it may bring. Alongside this pursuit, striving for personal excellence focused on continuous improvement, rather than perfection, shows dedication to becoming the best version of oneself. These qualities create a life that is intellectually honest, empathetic, and constantly evolving. A person's character is defined by their commitment to seeking truth, regardless of the discomfort it may bring. Alongside this pursuit, striving for personal excellence focused on continuous improvement, rather than perfection, shows dedication to becoming the best version of oneself. These qualities create a life that is intellectually honest, empathetic, and constantly evolving. Personal responsibility is a foundational concept that shapes the very core of who we are as individuals. It is a driving force that dictates how we engage with the world, how we view ourselves, and how we navigate the challenges that life inevitably presents. When we take responsibility for our actions, thoughts, and emotions, we assert our agency in the world, allowing us to create lives that are meaningful and fulfilling. To understand the true power of personal responsibility, one must first recognize that it is not simply about being accountable for the obvious, tangible actions. Rather, it is about the more subtle, deeper layers of responsibility, such as the way we respond to external events, our attitudes toward others, and the way we embrace or resist the process of growth. One of the most significant aspects of personal responsibility is the way it demands that we confront our own actions, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. In a world where it is often easier to blame others or external circumstances for our struggles, taking responsibility requires courage. It means looking at our own decisions, acknowledging the role we played in shaping our outcomes, and being honest about where we went wrong. This is not to say that we should always blame ourselves for every hardship or setback. Life, after all, is full of factors beyond our control. However, when we recognize that we always have some degree of agency, some ability to choose how we respond or how we act in the face of challenges, we take back the power that can so easily be lost when we feel like helpless victims. By acknowledging personal responsibility, we also embrace the reality that we are the architects of our lives. This empowerment is essential to living a life of purpose, as it allows us to make choices aligned with our values and goals. When we are responsible for our actions, we stop waiting for permission or circumstances to change in order to take action. We stop blaming others, and instead, we look inward to discover what we can do to improve our situation. This shift in mindset from a passive observer to an active participant unlocks a potential that many people are unaware of. The individual who takes personal responsibility has the ability to shape their life according to their own vision, even when faced with adversity. It's important to note that personal responsibility is not a solitary endeavor. In fact, one of the hallmarks of a responsible person is their understanding of how their actions affect those around them. True responsibility goes beyond our own self-interest. It includes recognizing that we are connected to others, and that our decisions impact the world in ways both large and small. Whether it's the way we treat others, the promises we make, or the choices we make about how we spend our time, every decision has an effect. When we fail to take responsibility for how our actions affect others, we create ripples of negativity that extend far beyond ourselves. This is why personal responsibility is so intricately tied to the concept of integrity. Integrity demands that we be truthful not only with ourselves, but with others as well. It requires that we live in a way that reflects our values, and that we take ownership of both the good and the bad consequences of our choices. One of the most powerful ways in which personal responsibility manifests is in the way it fosters resilience. Life will always present us with setbacks, obstacles, and challenges, and how we choose to respond to them reveals much about our character. The person who takes responsibility for their circumstances will not look to blame others when things go wrong. Instead, they will focus on what they can do to improve the situation. They may not have control over all the variables in their life, but they will always have control over how they respond. This sense of agency is the cornerstone of resilience. It gives individuals the mental and emotional strength to face difficulties head-on, knowing that they have the tools to navigate through them. Resilience doesn't mean that we are impervious to pain or hardship. On the contrary, it means that we acknowledge the difficulties of life while also accepting that our responses to them are within our control. In this sense, personal responsibility becomes a tool for emotional and psychological growth. It teaches us that we are not passive victims of our circumstances, but active participants in shaping how we experience and learn from life's challenges. Instead of becoming overwhelmed or defeated by adversity, individuals who take personal responsibility view these moments as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. They understand that failure is not an endpoint, but rather a step along the way to success, and that the lessons learned in moments of struggle are often the most valuable. Taking personal responsibility also involves confronting our own flaws, weaknesses, and shortcomings. This process of self-awareness is essential for growth, as it allows us to identify areas where we need to improve. Many people resist this level of introspection because it can be uncomfortable. It's much easier to avoid confronting the parts of ourselves that we don't like or the behaviors we wish we could change. But personal responsibility demands that we face these aspects of ourselves head-on, acknowledging where we have fallen short and making the conscious decision to do better. This level of self-awareness is crucial for developing emotional maturity and wisdom. It forces us to ask difficult questions. Why do I act this way? What can I do to change? How can I become a better version of myself? In doing so, we take ownership of our personal development, no longer relying on others to push us forward or make us change. We become the active agents in our own evolution, setting the course for our lives and continually striving for improvement. This self-discipline is a necessary component of personal responsibility. It requires consistency, patience, and dedication, qualities that are essential to making lasting change. However, the payoff is immense. When we take responsibility for our own growth, we not only improve our own lives, but we also become better equipped to contribute to the world around us. We no longer wait for others to inspire or motivate us. We draw from our own inner resources to fuel our progress. One of the lesser discussed but equally important aspects of personal responsibility is the impact it has on our relationships. When we take responsibility for ourselves, we stop blaming others for our emotional state or our circumstances. Instead of projecting our frustrations, insecurities, and disappointments onto those around us, we learn to communicate openly and honestly about our feelings. This leads to stronger, more authentic relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. When both parties in a relationship are responsible for their own emotions and actions, they are more likely to navigate challenges with compassion and problem solving, rather than finger pointing and resentment. Taking personal responsibility also means recognizing that we are not entitled to anything. In a world where so many people expect things to be handed to them, taking responsibility involves embracing the truth that everything we have is the result of our own efforts, choices, and actions. This doesn't mean that we are solely responsible for every aspect of our lives, but it does mean that we recognize the importance of hard work, perseverance, and self-reliance. The individual who understands this principle does not wait for opportunities to come to them. They go out and create opportunities through their own initiative and determination. Personal responsibility fosters a mindset of self-reliance, which in turn leads to greater self-confidence. When we know that we are capable of navigating life's challenges and solving problems on our own, we develop an inner strength that allows us to approach situations with assurance and clarity. We no longer look to others to define our worth or tell us how to live. We trust our own judgment and abilities, knowing that we have the power to shape our own destiny. This confidence doesn't come from arrogance or a sense of superiority, but from the understanding that we are ultimately responsible for how we experience the world. When we take responsibility, we stop seeking validation from external sources and begin to validate ourselves based on our own actions and decisions. The practice of personal responsibility also nurtures gratitude. When we take ownership of our lives, we are more likely to recognize the blessings that we have, both big and small. We understand that our accomplishments, successes, and opportunities are the direct result of our own hard work. But we also acknowledge the role that others have played in our lives. By embracing personal responsibility, we cultivate an attitude of appreciation and thankfulness, recognizing that we are not entitled to anything and that every good thing we experience is a gift. At its core, personal responsibility is about owning our power to shape our lives. It's about recognizing that we are not passive spectators, but active participants in the world around us. By taking responsibility for our actions, emotions, and choices, we embrace the idea that we are in control of our own destiny. This recognition empowers us to live lives that are more purposeful, more resilient, and more aligned with our values. Through the practice of personal responsibility, we unlock the potential to create meaningful change both within ourselves and in the world. The pursuit of truth and personal excellence is a lifelong journey, one that requires a deep commitment to self-improvement and an unwavering dedication to uncovering reality, no matter how uncomfortable or challenging it may be. The search for truth is not merely about accumulating facts or agreeing with popular opinions. It is about striving to see the world as it truly is, to understand our place within it, and to make choices that are grounded in this understanding. At the same time, personal excellence involves more than just achieving success or acquiring skills. It is about continually refining oneself, cultivating discipline, and aligning one's actions with the highest standards of integrity and purpose. The pursuit of truth starts with an honest examination of our beliefs and assumptions. It requires us to be intellectually humble, recognizing that we are all fallible and that our understanding of the world is constantly evolving. Often, we are trapped by the biases of our upbringing, culture, or social environment, which can cloud our judgment and limit our ability to see beyond the surface. The pursuit of truth challenges these limitations by encouraging us to question everything, including our most deeply held convictions. It's easy to believe that we possess the ultimate truth, especially when it aligns with our personal interests or social group. However, to truly pursue truth, we must be willing to entertain ideas that contradict our own beliefs and confront uncomfortable realities. This process of intellectual humility is not about accepting everything as equally valid or abandoning our convictions. Rather, it is about understanding that our beliefs are tentative, subject to change, and open to scrutiny. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. This acknowledgement of our own ignorance is a critical first step in the pursuit of truth. It is only by admitting that we do not have all the answers that we can begin the search for a deeper understanding of the world around us. To pursue truth effectively, we must also cultivate curiosity. Curiosity is the spark that drives the desire to understand, to ask questions, and to seek out new perspectives. Without curiosity, we become complacent, accepting the status quo without ever questioning whether there is a deeper or more nuanced reality beneath it. Curiosity forces us to look beyond the surface and explore the unknown. It leads us to challenge assumptions and dive into areas that may seem unfamiliar or uncomfortable. When we embrace curiosity, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and expand our understanding of the world in ways that would be impossible if we were content with existing knowledge. The pursuit of truth, however, is not always a smooth or easy path. It often involves confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our society, and the world at large. Many of the truths we uncover may challenge the narratives we have been told or the beliefs we have held dear. This can be deeply unsettling, as it forces us to reevaluate our understanding of the world and our place in it. For example, we may confront the fact that many of our assumptions about justice, morality, or fairness are based on incomplete or biased information. These revelations can be disorienting, but they also offer opportunities for growth and transformation. By facing uncomfortable truths, we expand our capacity for empathy and understanding, recognizing that reality is far more complex than we initially believed. At the heart of the pursuit of truth is a commitment to integrity. Integrity involves a steadfast adherence to the truth, even when it is inconvenient, unpopular, or difficult. It requires us to act in alignment with our values, even when doing so comes at a personal cost. Integrity is not about pleasing others or conforming to societal expectations. It is about being true to oneself and one's principles. This commitment to truth is essential because without it, our pursuit of excellence is hollow. If we do not align our actions with the truth, we are simply going through the motions, chasing success or achievement, without any genuine sense of purpose or authenticity. Integrity gives our efforts meaning, as it ensures that we are striving for excellence not just for the sake of personal gain, but because we believe in the value of truth and authenticity. The pursuit of personal excellence goes hand in hand with the pursuit of truth. Excellence is not simply about achieving success in the conventional sense, whether through wealth, status, or recognition. True personal excellence is about striving to be the best version of oneself, constantly growing, learning, and refining one's skills and character. It involves setting high standards for oneself and working tirelessly to meet those standards, regardless of external circumstances or challenges. Excellence is a process, not a destination. It requires consistent effort, discipline, and self-reflection. There is no endpoint where we can declare ourselves excellent and stop striving for improvement. Instead, excellence is an ongoing journey, one that requires us to continually push our limits, overcome obstacles, and grow in ways that we may not have thought possible. One of the key components of personal excellence is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to consistently do what is necessary to achieve our goals, even when we do not feel motivated or when obstacles arise. It involves making choices that align with our long-term vision rather than succumbing to short-term temptations or distractions. Self-discipline is often the difference between success and failure, as it enables us to stay focused and committed even when the path is difficult. Without self-discipline, it is easy to lose sight of our goals or give up when we encounter setbacks. By developing self-discipline, we create a solid foundation upon which we can build our personal excellence. However, personal excellence is not just about individual achievement, it is also about contributing to the world around us. True excellence involves using our talents and abilities to make a positive impact on others and to serve a greater purpose. Excellence is not solely about personal gain or recognition, but about the value we add to the lives of others and the larger community. This requires us to shift our focus from the self to the collective good, recognizing that our personal success is intertwined with the well-being of others. When we pursue personal excellence with a sense of responsibility and service, we create a life that is not only fulfilling for ourselves, but also meaningful to those around us. Moreover, personal excellence requires resilience. The road to excellence is rarely smooth, and there will undoubtedly be obstacles, failures, and setbacks along the way. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from these challenges, to learn from them, and to continue moving forward. It involves embracing failure as a natural part of the process of growth, rather than seeing it as an insurmountable obstacle. Resilience allows us to maintain our commitment to excellence, even when the road ahead seems difficult or uncertain. It helps us to stay focused on our goals and to persevere, even when the odds are stacked against us. Another important aspect of personal excellence is continuous learning. The pursuit of excellence requires an ongoing commitment to education and self-improvement. Whether through formal education, reading, or experiential learning, those who strive for excellence are always seeking to expand their knowledge and deepen their understanding of the world. They recognize that there is always more to learn, and that no matter how much they achieve, there is always room for growth. Continuous learning is a key element of personal excellence, as it ensures that we remain adaptable, innovative, and open to new ideas. The pursuit of truth and personal excellence is deeply interconnected. The search for truth fuels our desire for excellence as it challenges us to constantly refine our understanding and push beyond our limits. At the same time, the pursuit of excellence reinforces our commitment to truth, as it requires us to act with integrity and align our actions with our values. Both pursuits demand that we step outside of our comfort zones, face difficult truths, and continually strive for growth and improvement. While the journey may be difficult and filled with challenges, the rewards are immense. The pursuit of truth and excellence not only enriches our lives, but also enables us to contribute to the greater good, making a meaningful impact on the world around us.